learning walls, there's pedagogy, it's a big piece. And that piece will be continued this year, and it's exciting work, and you'll see that there's been some real gains, and there has been for a while in student outcomes. And it's exciting that we're going to be continuing that work. Before we get into today, though, I'd just like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land, the custodians of this land, the Gubbi people, and pay respects to elders past and present. You should have a copy of the student free day. It was sent out. It's on campus if you don't. And you've got 3 days of professional learning. Today, if you're a teacher, it's pretty sweet in terms of you get to decide, what work you're doing when. You're going to get an opportunity to work with your curriculum teams, pull resources together and get ready to return. Tomorrow and Friday, we are really looking at the Dacavan way of working, making sure that we all know what's the work that we do here. In schools, consistency is the key. When those reviewers came here in 2023, what they were looking for is consistency in the school around your way of working. Because we know that high-performing schools have consistency. And so the important thing is, as we go through these student free days, not only professional learning that it gives you in best practice, but also that we all know what the work is. Some housekeeping. Cleaners will leave early today, so I need you to lock up. If you can be out by 3 p.m, that would be great. It's a short day today. If you've got work to do, don't do it this afternoon or go home and do it. So 3 p.m, if everyone can make sure that your staff rooms are locked up and that we get the gates locked when we're out. It's going to be a hot day, so make sure you hydrate. 36 degrees today. Great day to be in a monkey suit. You see the sweat on me? Sorry, I apologise. It's gross. So I've got 2 sessions, and we've split that because teacher aides aren't here. Normally you do it on the first session. So this session really is just an introduction to new staff. Welcome back to returning staff. And then it's also about getting that rear view mirror and looking about where we've been, celebrating the things that you've accomplished. I'll say we. I'm going to just start saying we. I know you did it. I'm going to start owning it too. So that you're going to see some of the student outcomes. And I know I was here last term. Those of you who don't know me, I started last term. And I know when I walk into a school, I get a feel. And the school's pretty settled. I know that it can peak up in some lunches. And I know classrooms sometimes you get a bit of feedback from the kids that is inappropriate. But the reality is it's a really nice culture here. It's a culture focused on teaching and learning. There are learning walks and talks. I know kids who are difficult kids are focused and know what their learning is. It's those things, those anecdotes about how you feel. You put that together with the data and you start to know the journey of the school. And that's what we'll try to do today. We'll look at the data and you know the school. And so it's about that journey, knowing that journey. It's not just about data. It's about putting it together, an evidence approach. We should be out of here by 9:30. I think it's important to acknowledge life happens. We've all got life outside of school. And like in a classroom, everyone's going to feel differently about sitting down here and being back at school today. I said I'm excited to be back, and I hope you are too, but there's lots of things happening in people's lives. And some people had a really good holiday. I did. And some of us, had some complications. I know my dad accused my sister of elder abuse. That was a lovely meeting I had last week with Dad and my sister. But, so life happens, right? So we are people. You're going to be sitting down with people here. You probably haven't had a chance to talk. So like 2 or 3 minutes, check in how you're feeling and what were your holidays like. And I want to go around and hear. Let's hear some good holiday stories. Let's not hear about elder abuse. That's the last time we're going to talk about it. We might have a meeting in a month, apparently. All right. few minutes, check in with your elbow partners. How are you feeling? Or your holidays like?
Did you not put in your wireless access point?
My map? No.
In your downstairs?
No, I took a proposal with her.
Yeah.
Little wine tasting. First of all, I was thinking we were having this one, and then we were like, all this, so we copied it. So I was like, oh shit, I'm glad that it's like 6 people. I've never been there before, so then we went to like move around their estate because we were going to have a nice lunch. We had a wine tasting with this ex-truckie from the Gold Coast. It was really nice. We became friends with him when he was with us for like 40 minutes. He took us out the back, showed us the fridge, the vats, the thing.
Got someone who had a great holiday. Who did something special? They're talking to someone.
He just had the cookies.
What's the great holiday story?
Well, should I be sharing that with her? Should I share it? Can I tell everyone?
Sweet.
She said yes. No.
Anyone else do something terrific?
I went to New York City.
Good job.
All together.
Not secretly to see the
Veterinary.
Rockettes and group. So yeah, let's do that.
Anyone else? Engaged. Did you want to go on the line? Well, that's special. Yeah. Anyone else? Pat.
Yeah, I got engaged as well.
Oh.
You can explain to everyone what that is later.
Jules' daughter got engaged. Congratulations. Yeah. So we're all people, right? We've got lives. I don't normally wear this outfit. So I haven't really had a chance to spend a bit of time introducing myself. I think it's important. I don't like to talk about myself, but I just want you to know a few things. So I live in Caloundra. I've got 6 kids. Okay, so they range in age. I've got a student starting prep to a 23-year-old daughter who's a nurse at the Royal Brisbane. So I've got a range of kids. I only do girls, 5 of them are girls, and I've got a stepson who's in year 11 who probably won't be in school soon. Because he loves to game till 2 or 3 a.m. Anyway, no, he'll do all right. He'll do all right. All my kids go to state schools, and yet I appreciate we've all got that choice. But I guess I wanted to let you know that because I believe in state school education. And it's really important that we recognise the work you guys do. When you are interacting with kids, they're always aware of, well, some are, some don't care, but they're thinking about, what do you think about me? And when you've got people who believe in you, and you've got a bit of a swagger to yourself, and you've got a chip on your shoulder, you take notice when you're a kid. And so my love of state schooling comes out of my experience of state schools. So we've got to realise that when you're young, the experiences that you have set you on a course. And that, when you're young, things that happen that are going to affect who you become. So I grew up in Mossman High School, Mossman State School, Mossman's a lovely place, rainforest, Great Barrier Reef, Port Douglas, cane farms. So I grew up in Mossman, far north Queensland. And in far north Queensland, we think we're different. We think we're better than everyone else in Queensland. We want to be our own state. But growing up in Mossman, it was really good because the school is what made the difference. It was teachers, Dave Murdoch. We've all got those unicorn teachers. My manual arts teacher, my graphics teacher. And it was his belief in me that set me on a course that was more positive. And there are other teachers as well, like grade 3, I had Miss Walker. And you've all got that in your mind. And we've got to remember, and it's not just teachers, it's your interaction with the kids that makes the difference. They're trying to work out if society accepts them. Particularly kids who, home life is nuts. Parents are doing drugs, their parents love them, their friends come over, they're nice people, and they're hearing that drugs are, no good, and dad gets drunk, and all of that stuff that's happening for some of our kids, you make a difference. And so I think it's really important. I went to Mossman State School, and it was the teachers that made a difference. My dad was a mill worker, stepfather. Our relationship was rocky. My mum was a nursery worker, grew up poor. And I was looking for people who thought I was white trash, and I was going to show them. And that's what, and I was either going to show them that I was, and I was quite happy to show them. I got caned a lot. We got caned in those days. I remember a metre ruler on my bum in grade 3 at maths. Yeah, anyway, Mr. Milgate. He was a great teacher. And I didn't mind getting caned. So I think it's really important. But by year 9, I thought, I don't want to be in town, I don't want to be a mill worker. And it was the teachers and their belief in me that helped me change. And I started to focus on school. Now, in Mossman, the Gugu Yalanji are the local people. And there's a lot of Torres Strait Islander Kanakas as well. And so about 50% of the school is Aboriginal Torres Strait Islander. It's a great school, but it means there's a lot of racial tension as well. The good thing about Mossman is the Gugu Yalanji, a lot of them live their traditional life. They've still got their language. They're not a mission, so it's a mission town, which means the mission came in early and brought all of the people into one spot. And so you got Mossman Gorge, it's hidden now, but there used to be housing there. And there were lots of, there were 15 or 16 people living in a house, the walls were knocked out, there were fires. I'm just telling you the way it was when I grew up. The great thing was that they taught us the culture and language at school. So Mossman State School in the last few years have won a couple of showcases to do with their Gugu Yalanji language. So I learned language at school. I learned French and I learned Guyanji. My point is, created a love of language and culture for me, and I went on to go to Japan as a Rotary student. Went to Japan for a year, went to high school in Totsuka, Yokohama, and then I became a teacher, a Japanese teacher. So 1997, Springwood High, my first year teaching. Spent some time there, and you get, when you're a teacher and it becomes a career, you move around, you'll find that you'll move around. So, you know, I've been up at Atherton, I taught there, Burnside, Nambour, Beerwar, lots of schools teaching. And then a head of department at Burnside, and before that I met Megan at Nambour. How long ago? We were young.
Oh, wasn't that long ago?
We were young. That was 2003, Megan, I'm pretty sure. You know, and obviously, head of department at Beerwar High Student Services. I've been in English, junior secondary head of department, DP at Burnside High for 7 years, and then moved into this principal gig. And you can see I've been at quite a few schools. So I'm acting here. I am a principal though. My substantive is Kilcoy High, but I'm acting in this position. And I'm going to put myself in the best position I can, so I'm going to focus on the job this semester. I want to get to know you. I'm going to try and spend some time in staff rooms at lunchtime, so be aware I'm going to be eating lunch up there. I'm a really awkward guy too, and I apologise for that up front, because I'll just sit there, I won't say hello, and I'll just appear. So I apologise for that. But I need to get to know you guys. I'm going to put myself in the best position for the job. It's going to come up in term 2, and I'm expecting to be here. But the world can be a funny place, particularly when you're an aspirant. So, yeah, that's about me now. So I want you to know that I value the work you do. You make a difference in people's lives. Please be aware that you can make a difference for our kids. You do make a difference. I could have easily been on a different track. I was really naughty. I've got a criminal record. I apologise. That's all right. It's from when I was 19. It's all right. It's not that bad. I wouldn't say I didn't kill anyone. Or hurt them. I didn't hurt anyone. But you know, it's just be aware you make a huge difference to people. You know, young people. You set them on their course. And that's why it's special doing this job. And we need to remember it coming back, because it's a shock to come back, right? I go into Woolies with no shoes because I can, because I live in Caloundra, right? Very different. Anyway. Yeah, I can. I feel like I'm right at home, hey, I'm telling you. Anyway. Look, I just want to introduce some new staff. If I get it, let me know if I get your teaching subjects wrong. So Charlotte Hall, I met Charlotte in Narangba Valley, guidance officer. Welcome back, Charlotte. Where are you sitting? Let's have a wave. Welcome back, Charlotte. So it's great to have you here. Leanne Wright, English, psychology teacher. Welcome back. Some new staff. Sylvester, Melissa Beck, ITD teacher. Welcome. David Jackson, English teacher. Carl Smith, science, agricultural science. Louise Thurich, Hod Junior Secondary. Oh, sorry. Give us a wave, Louise. Where are you? Oh, Sally Kennedy, DP Student Engagement. Tess Campbell, Visual Arts, Media Arts, Film TV. Sam Clegg, English. Clegg, right, sorry, yeah, Clegg. It's a G there, mate, sorry. Darian Wilson, Humanities. I don't have a picture for Melissa. Where are you, Melissa? Melissa's over here, humanities business. And Lauren, English. Lauren Adset. So we've got also Janet Wilson, admin officer over here. And Mark Hall, facilities officer. Is Mark here? He's busy. So we're going to get down and rather than me present data, I want you to have a look at it. So I'm going to get the DPs, please, just to get out these data sets. So I'll just go through it while that gets out to you. We've got targets that are part of our AIP, and that you'll find that up on the top left of each page. So it's got an attendance target, A to C target, AB target. So I've got data which relates to that. So on the first page we've got Year 12 achievement results, Year 7 to 12 achievement results, and you can see the proportion of A to E there. It shows AB in the different subjects. It's also got equity and excellence priority measures there. And that's compared against like schools, so schools they deem as being like us, and it's so relative, that's called relative comparison on there, and it's also got state targets. On page 2 we've got attendance. That data is semester 1 data. We've also got SDA, so you can look at student disciplinary absences. And you can also, in there it shows what the reasons are for the SDA. Page 3 is our Year 12 results, some great celebrations there. 100% QC, QCIA. A big round of applause to all of you, that's a team effort, well done. And then we've got retention. We probably haven't seen much retention data, but it is one of the targets, which shows students who start with us in a year, do they finish with us or do they leave? So it's the percentage of those staying with us that is shown there. And then I popped in school opinion survey because that's about our culture. Now, generally in a school, you guys have your head down, focused on what's happening in front of you, whether it's a classroom or in the office. You don't get a chance to really have this big picture look at how the school's going. And as I said, this is about you forming, I guess, an idea of what the story is for the school. And there's some great celebrations in here. Can I get you to spend 5 minutes looking through that data? What do you see? What do you think? And what do you wonder? We're going to do that quietly, because some of us need to think before we talk. You're going to get the chance to share. And there's a lot of data sets there. Go to what interests you. 5 minutes. Two more minutes. Work out what you see, think, and wonder. Then we're going to share. 2 more minutes of individual thinking. Okay, hopefully you've had a look at that. Let's start sharing with your elbow partner or your group, a small group. What do you see, think, and wonder? But what are your celebrations? What do you think's good in that? What are the celebrations? I'm hopefully going to hear from you what they are.
No, it's in the block.
We might bring that back to the whole group. So, those data sets relate to our targets largely, except for that school opinion survey stuff. Obviously the Year 12 data is a reflection of the work we're doing now junior. You'll see on that sheet there are student names. Can I please ask you that you do not leave that lying around. That is private and confidential, and many people in my position would not share that. So that on a photocopy bit of paper that could end up in a classroom on a teacher's table. So I don't want other people outside of staff seeing that information because it's private, it's confidential, it's their information. Yes, even siblings, please don't share their result. Don't let the parent, don't talk to the parent about that result unless you're the teacher, obviously. All right, so just I guess what I'm interested in, what are some of the good stuff you're seeing there? I don't want to tell you what the good stuff is. I've got a list after this, what I saw. But what did you see? Some celebrations.
Improvement in staff morale.
Yeah, staff morale is way up. That's the graph right at the bottom on that page 4. You can see the yellow is above him. So that's improvement. You see who's down a little bit? Oh, I'm bad at this. I'm going to point out the students. But anyway, I won't talk about that. Some other data. %, 100% QC, well done once again. Not easy to achieve. Yep.
We have a decent amount of kids who were in the vet programs.
Yeah, our vet percentage is really high. Like kids walking away, it's higher than Narangba was last year. The number of kids with a vet qual. Sorry? Multiples, yeah. So that's really well done. There's been an increase in offerings in the school. You know, that's the story and the work behind it. Other celebrations, some good things you saw. Attendance improvement in that range graph, less than 85%. Other celebrations, yeah?
A small percentage of Ds and Es in semester 1 of the last 2 years.
That's right, Ds and Es are reducing. What's increasing in that data? A's and B's. A's and B's. And you see some subjects are getting tremendous results in A's and B's. And because of the work you've done in assessment literacy and marking guides, you know, we can I guess believe that it's been done with integrity. So well done. That is a huge achievement. And you can see that it's increasing quite a bit. What else? Yep.
On the first page, I said that the results are comparison to the statewide targets. Comparatively to other schools, on average, we're higher than most schools.
Yes, you are. Yep. And those blue show that we're improving. So, and we're relative to like schools, a lot of that data is higher too, which is great. And so that's the equity and excellence measures. And that's what our region will measure this school by, that E&E graph that's on page 1. That's what they look at when they come and meet with me. And I want to talk about that stuff, because they're the measures in that equity and excellence strategy. What else? Yep.
The behaviour action stuff, I know that the previous data is not here, but that's really increased compared to previous years, and I think that is really reflective of the work people are doing.
So it also shows the follow-up, shows that there's people working behind the scenes with kids. And what's not on there, I guess, is your SDA rate. 2 years, it's half at 14%. Other celebrations. This is what I saw I think early offer guarantees, that's improved gigs, hey, how many did you have last year? Yeah, I know it doesn't show that increase in that data, but I was aware of it, and so, that's great. And that means they go to those external exams knowing that it takes a lot of pressure. It's a really positive thing. Retention of students is trending up. So that means we're holding on to more kids longer. Staff morale we've talked about. We've pretty well covered all of those things. Excellent. So what's interesting is we've had a government change. And in my mind, before the election, I was wondering what does that mean for schools? Because since February 2023, we've had this equity and excellence. And what it means the centre is state schooling in Mary Street. They have created a state schooling strategy that has created consistency. And like in schools, if you have a system that's consistent, you see high performance. It means they can push out professional learning that aligns to their strategy. It means that we're speaking the same language across schools. Schools are doing similar things. In Kilcoy, we were doing learning walks and talks. We were doing marking guides. In Narangba Valley, marking guides. Learning walks and talks. So we did this out of the work. You get a lot of similarity and uniformity. It also means that the centre becomes stronger. That's from 2023, we saw state schooling push out and expect us to commit to their work more than we had in the past. So that's like from a principal's perspective. And so we've got this strategy. And there's great things about the strategy. There's a focus on teaching and learning and student outcomes. There's a focus on well-being, not just student well-being, staff well-being is a major focus. So it's a really positive strategy. But what does it mean with a new government? And so system messages are really, I think, important. So I'm going to put on Sharon Shimmy. We're going to finish the day with that. I won't ask us to do too much more today, except listen to Sharon. And obviously you've got other work to do later, but not in this session.
About the things that are causing workload pressures in schools. I acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land, seas, skies and waterways across Queensland and extend my respect to elders past, present and emerging. As we head into a new year, I want to thank each and every one of you for your contribution and commitment to realising the potential of every student. I also want to welcome new teachers and leaders. Your schools are at the centre of every community, working with young people and families to make a real difference. I have trust and confidence in school leaders to make local decisions for their school communities, backed by a strong state schooling system. We have a clear vision for our state schooling system, and our focus in 2025 remains on equity and excellence. There has been a strong focus on equity over the past few years, and while we can't lose sight of that, it is now time to look at how we can drive and promote excellence in every state school. To realise the potential of every student, we must continue our focus on curriculum teaching and learning. We all know a focus on the core foundations early sets up students to engage in a broad range of curriculum offerings, leading to stronger engagement and better outcomes. We consulted extensively on our priorities for every state school, and they remain our priorities: English and mathematics, attendance and engagement, senior schooling outcomes, and post-school destinations. Our sharp focus on teaching the foundations of English and mathematics is having a positive impact, as seen in the recent A to E results. We must now build on this as we look at strategies to deliver improved NAPLAN results across Queensland. We all know NAPLAN is one of many tools used to monitor student progress and provides important context when considered alongside other data sets. We need to support students to confidently participate in NAPLAN. NAPLAN readiness means supporting our students to build up the digital literacy skills required to do their best on the online test. Taking a moment to try out the Year 3 practice test gives a quick insight into the skills needed to understand each screen and each type of question. 2025 will be our year of reading implementation through the Australian curriculum. Through our reading commitment, all state schools now have access to the resources to teach reading effectively through the Australian curriculum, with all teachers supported in their practice through professional development. We know young people have different learning and social emotional needs. Continuing to develop creative, engaging and contemporary learning environments and responding to the diverse needs of all students is key to making sure every student is on a successful pathway. We will build our insights with improved measures for meaningful post-school pathways. As we look to excellence, think about the opportunities we can create for our brightest minds, no matter what school they attend. Think about every child being challenged and having the opportunity to show their very best. How can every school provide access to high-quality learning programs and link students to real-world engagement in emerging and critical industries? We all know the best innovation happens in schools. As I visit you and your schools, I see and hear the amazing outcomes school staff, leaders, students and parents are achieving. The new year brings many opportunities to learn from each other and share good practice across the system. Giving teachers and school leaders the tools and the support to do what they do best, teaching and learning, means we need to make some changes to our system. You have told us clearly that reducing the administrative burden is essential for your well-being and student learning outcomes. We all have a role to play in reducing red tape and administrative burden. There are opportunities at the system, region, school and individual levels. There are things we can stop immediately and things that can be reimagined to deliver more effectively. Last year we heard from over 15,000 teachers and school leaders about the things that are causing workload pressures in schools. In 2025 we will continue to work with you and find solutions. I will chair the Red Tape Reduction Working Group and with our key stakeholders we will deliver improvements over the short, medium and longer term. I'm excited about the year ahead and continuing to work with you to build a state schooling system with high expectations and high academic achievement. I look forward to engaging with many of you in 2025 and hearing about your students and the important work that you do.
Thank you, Sharon. So, what did you hear? I heard schools with autonomy to make decisions. What else? That's what I was listening for. What else? Yeah, workload is a focus. Reading is going to become a focus through the curriculum. Anything else? Seeing pathways, yep, and year 12, senior outcomes. Yep, professional development is going to be coming out around literacy, particularly in reading. We'll need some people to go to get ready what we're going to do in that space. NAPLAN's back. Anyway, it was always here. We're just going to focus on it, get kids ready. Because we didn't do that before, apparently. Anyway, no, we did. I apologise. So, today's been about looking at what we've done. We've heard some system priorities. Tomorrow's about looking forward to what's the work in 2025, what's our part in it. It's going to be a lot of sitting down. It'll probably be a bit snappier tomorrow in that I need you to get down in some groups. I'll ask that you sit in your faculty groups tomorrow as teachers and teacher aides with whatever staff room they're in, but we'll work through that tomorrow. I hope you have a good day today. The next session is around, if you teach vet, you need to go to B4 at 10 a.m. and obviously talk with your HODs around how you're organising your day, because obviously it's about getting in your PLTs and your curriculum teams, getting ready. This day is yours. Enjoy it. It's great to have the time. I'm sorry we don't give you more. Have a good day. All right, thank you.